Hello everyone and welcome to Kerbal Space Program. This is not going to be my actual playthrough, so to speak. I'm actually here on sandbox mode because I need to test something and I want to know how this all looks on YouTube. Of course, you know the deal with me, it's a PC game, so I had to hack the graphics down. Okay, my sound is on this time. Uh, it's testing some Stone Block 2 with a good bitrate for once and forgot to turn the sound on. Good thing I didn't do anything important. So I got a whole bunch of mods loaded up because it makes the game run like ass if you put enough of them in. So I'm just gonna go to the Mun and back. Okay. How big is that? There's no kill quite like Overkill. How about something less insane? That's 3 times. And there's 4 times. Oh, man. Having a second monitor off to the left is going to screw with me so hard. Oh, it's right. They changed all the engines. That's pitiful. That's cryogenic. That's ion. Actually, tiny. I wish I could filter by base game engines. Too big. Too big. Way too big. Too big. Too small. Too small. I'm not going to have nearly this many mods loaded. I'm not going to use the nerve. I rely on the nerve as a crutch. Okay, so this is where some of the base game engines lie. What? Add to category? How'd I do that? Poodle! I remember. Wow, that's bigger than I remember it being. No, I know what Skipper is. Why are all these engines way too big? That's a SRB. Oh, it's a missile. Hold on. I just want to... That thing is absolutely huge. Atomic Aerospike? What are the fuel requirements for this thing? LH2. Okay, that's good to know. Good to know I've got a collection of atomic rocket mode. The Terrier. Finally found the engine I was looking for. No, do not. I don't want the compact. Body. Minimus. Thrust to weight ratio of 4. With 6 kilometers per second of delta V. Oh my god. Let's just compact that real quick. Because now I need to ensure this thing can land. No, that's actions. I do not want actions. I want to offset. Oh. I'm dragging that down. Place. Okay. Ground. I wish my mouse would stop double clicking. That should be able to land and hopefully not go boom. Start retracted. Of course, now payload. No, that'd be too small. I'm not about to use a 5-meter fairing if I don't have to. No, that's engines. I actually want coupling. Oh boy. I regret having so many mods. Help! Yay! I found the right coupler on like the 3rd try. Make it go up, make it slightly more aerodynamic, and realize that I made a critical mistake. Can I... Why can't I grab something? Why do I keep using the middle mouse button? Okay, let me just get you out of there. Okay, I guess they're not. I guess he's not coming home. It's under utility, right? Oh, particle collectors. Oh wow, that's right. I forgot about all this complex shit. Where are the parachutes? Wouldn't be under aerodynamics, would it? Maybe I'm just blind? Yeah, I'm just blind. That's not even gonna be enough to slow it down. Max thrust to weight of 1.3, so, you know, I could slow it down if I burn for like 17 minutes. Oh boy. Yeah, this right here, actually. Coupling. Where is it? TD12. Stick that there because I realized I forgot another thing. Thermal. Okay, I'm gonna need to fix my staging real quick. Okay, staging's all good. Now I need something to get this thing into space. And I'm thinking, since I have these fancy nuclear engines, I may as well use them. What's the diameter for this? 3.5, Okay, so you're probably gonna end up being the bottom stage. Oh, Jesus, Torch. You see, you can't tell the size of these things. What the... That's a lot of kilonewtons. I mean, I've seen worse, but... Actually, what is the thrust value on... Nothing, because I don't have a tank on there. Liberator... LH2. I need a tank full of LH2. Like you! Oh, Jesus, that's huge. That is way too huge. Okay, these are the normal size stuff. I want something figure that fits. Yep, here we go. Hit points. Oh yeah, because I got BD Armory. LH2, 5,000, liquid hydrogen. Okay, so if I just stick you on the bottom of this. Okay, so I need like, what are you? The 72? So I'm gonna need like 3 of these things to reach orbit. I'm gonna need them to be LH2. Is it like 3.7 kilometers per second to reach orbit? I'm not sure. I mean, I'd hate to be wrong. Because if I have to break the fairing and use this, use the Terrier here, this thing's gonna be about as aerodynamic as a brick. And you'd be the 18? Nope, 18's too small. 25! There we go. This thing's gonna fall right over on the launch pad. Oh yeah, by the way, fun fact. I'm playing on a version where the fuel drain valve was never patched. So, because, you know, mod compatibility and all that, so... Fun fact, if I put air intakes on this, I could actually propel this thing infinitely. Only in an atmosphere, though. Look at you. Sweet Jesus. You know, I think I'm just gonna... I don't think there's a single SRB with enough power to lift this thing. Except maybe some kickbacks, but I need something to strap them to. So, I need one of the massive fuel tanks. Actually, fuck, instead of a coupler, I know what I could do. Jesus. Yeah, that's gonna be aerodynamic. Sarcasm abundant. I mean, hey, it's not a problem if I go straight up. I want to move the stage itself. So this, then the shell, and then the thing. Alright. What could possibly go wrong? I just need something I can strap onto the side of this right here. 1.6. Let's see if I can upgrade to the 8. Yeah, the 8 should fit, so... Electric charge! Oh, your capacitor banks, motherfucker! The Gigantor Solar Array. Huh. Actually... 4 of these things would be fine. I could assign that. Action Group 1. Toggle solar panel. There we go. I see some actual power storage. I need to make sure I still have enough power to... I need to make sure I still have enough power to land when I get there. Thrust away! Okay, I sometimes forget that Minimus has, like, no gravity. The only place I can think of that's harder to crash land would be Gilly. Save, and pray to God the game doesn't crash when it loads up in the launch pad. Speaking of things that don't want to crash, the rocket itself. And I just realized, I don't have Ferrum Aerospace, but I do believe that drag is something that you still have to worry about. I know it is because re-entry heating, but like, those giant containers of fuel on the bottom should be fine. Yes, I know I've got mech jeb, but I at least plan to fly this thing up I put them around the middle. I'm a dumbass. SAS on. Prepare for explosion and... That oxidize is going to weigh me down. Please tell me that. Oh, Jesus. LH2, LH2. Okay, it does work. Okay, I got 6 kilometers per second on Kerbin in 5. It's only costing me like $1 billion. Good thing I'm in Sandbox. And I set you back to compact. Okay, now that I have something that might actually be able to get off the friggin' ground. Oh, I just realized I don't have Atmo mode turned on. Oh well, that's what the base game readouts are for. Alright, SAS on, throttle up to 100%, prepare for nuclear fireball in 3, 2, 1, and liftoff. Why is my thrust to weight ratio so pitiful? It wasn't even enough for it to explode. It just had to fail at getting off the launch pad. What the hell happened? I was under the impression having a thrust to weight ratio higher than 1 meant I could take off. That'd do it. What's this? The Liberator atomic rocket motor. It was down here, I believe. I have half of mine to just use a fucking torch drive. What do these things drain? Yeah, good luck. The Liberator. Liquid fuel, liquid fuel. $13,000. Let's try something with a bit more kick to it, shall we? Okay. This one's actually higher than 1. I might actually be able to take off this time. No, I actually want that the other way around. The other engine took a second to spool up, so this probably will too. And time to iterate the version number, since I'm doing something more than making sure my tanks are set up correctly. It's been 20 minutes and I still can't get off the fucking planet. Okay, SAS on. Throttle up to 100%. And... go! And don't worry, the frame rate should get better as I get farther away from the surface. Atomic Engine FTW. I think I am definitely going to use near future propulsion from now when I play this on the channel. If it works out. Hey, wait, do I dare use Time Warp? Okay, now that I'm in the air, how do I fly? Right, dump show again. Okay, start to pitch over. Does this thing have gimbal? Gimbal free. Okay, it does have some gimbal, so I can start to pitch over a little bit. Oh, buddy. Okay. Okay, the nuclear engine isn't going to be enough on its own. I keep using middle mouse button for some reason. But dang, let nobody tell you these things aren't efficient, even if they do have heating problems. Okay, why do I keep wanting to use middle mouse button? Add maneuver. Oh, guess the engine exploded. Point you to maneuver. And deploy the solar array. Okay, something I do need to check, and it's a good thing I'm doing this on camera, is if you go in here, I believe it's a toggle. Extended burn indicator, question mark? Oh, that's bad. Alt? Yes, it's Alt that lets you use physical time acceleration in space. I am not going to make this. Not at all. Why do I keep wanting to use middle mouse button for the camera? This ain't going anywhere. And why is this thing rotating? Pointer retrograde. Let's retract that. Stop time accelerate and use the actual time accelerate. I was gonna say, I don't like how it froze there for a second. Well, anyway, let's start the hilariously inefficient braking burn. This engine was not designed to come back in it. Actually, you know what? We're going over 2 kilometers per second. Whoa! What are those effects set to? Because my frame rate just tanked. Why is that on normal? No, minimal sucks. I'll do very low. Apply. Accept. There we go. On the upside, I have a very, very big air brake. On the downside, I'm still speeding up. Encoder isn't shitting itself yet, so that's good. Christ. Woohoo! Yeah, you do not want to be using time accelerate when you initially deploy your chute, or when it fully unfolds, or when you hit the ground. Actually... I could use a better time warp, but there's a problem. My computer does not like that mod. And unfortunately, when I try to use it, my computer ends up taking out its frustration on poor old Jebediah. So I'm just thinking I have to go nuclear. Ready for next assignment. Okay. Let's see if I can build something that won't fail miserably. I very, very much overestimated the Terrier engine. Okay, so this bottom stage is actually really good. It's just this part that sucks. Okay, so what do we have for efficient and very high power? I said very high power. Don't think you understood me, game. Aren't some of these like the size of cities? Yeah, it's like your standard rocket engine. Okay, that's bigger. I got this all this near future stuff. I should probably use it. How big's this thing? It's called the Colossus. Come on. Okay, that is 96 kilonewtons. I mean, that's still better than the Terrier, but not by much. That thing's like 200. Actually, what are you at? 41, and you're that big? Jesus Christ. Again, there were like engines like this that were the size of cities. Where are they now? I would use these torch drives, but they're basically cheat codes. Like, look at that propellant requirement. The electric charge is the only thing I can't meet without other mods. And even then, near future electrical exists. Okay, there's the Dawn. 3 kilonewtons. 4.3. Okay, you're getting better. But all those still... Is that it? Okay, I might just be blind. What are you? 47. I'm not saying I need like 1,000 or 1,000,000. That's an atomic aerospike. An engine to you. That's 200 kilonewtons in vacuum. What do you require? Oh, lithium and... oh my god! Nope. That's it, I'm going nuclear. Anything smaller? The Liberator? Actually, this would be a good chance for the Liberator. Okay, and the Liberator is LH2 and electric charge. Actually, is it even electric charge, or is it like one of those self-sustaining things where once it's going... nope, that's way too big. That's still friggin' huge. Why are all of these so huge? That's just a longer version of that one. That's tiny. And that's meant to be mounted radially. Give me one that's like an actual reasonable size, please. Which of those fit? Oh, LH2 1800. What would that give me if I bolted this on right now? Basically nothing. Wait. Oh, you're xenon tanks. If the electric engines didn't have such a terrible thrust to weight, then this would actually be easy. I hate how my mouse does that. Okay, L2H. Bolt the engine onto this. 2 kilometers per second. There we go. Now we're talking. And on Minimus, that's a... Jesus Christ. So don't worry about the thrust away. I just realized that thing might actually be able to take off on its own. Here we go again. It's doing this to me again. I'll get back to you when I make this thing work. Turns out the answer was to simply go in and out of the VAB. Okay, so I gotta put this back in compact, save. I've added some stabilizers, and I am now using the Liberator engine from a mod, I have no idea which. Got landing gear, they'll probably snap like twigs, solar panels, fuel, another stabilizer, because I'm paranoid this thing's gonna flip over. Well, so now that I've proven I could get to orbit, or at least I could if I had a craft that didn't suck, C clamps. Mechanical Jebediah. That's altitude adjustment. I want the one above it. Ascent guidance. Still broken. Got it. Drop me in 500 kilometers on my current orbital inclination. Gauge autopilot. Launching in 3, 2, 1. Let's see how Mech Jeb flies this thing. Oh yeah, it's rolling over far earlier than I would have dared. Then again, I didn't have the additional stabilizers, so... Oh, it's the reaction wheels. Once the solar panels are out and this thing can get some more sunlight, then maybe it'll work just fine. If this thing can actually get to 500 kilometers on its first stage, I'm gonna be beyond mad. I just hope said first stage doesn't blow up because it's starting to turn red. Oh, look at that. Something smells like atmospheric plasma. Gee, I hope the tanks of liquid hydrogen aren't flammable. That might be bad. They very well might be. What just happened? Okay, so Mech Jeb's full of shit. Got it. Fine, I'll fly this thing by hand. But it's not going to be nearly as efficient. Okay, pop up the fuel display. Okay, hold on. Revert flight to VAB. That'd do it. I've got no power storage. And the electric charge is being drained to keep the fuel cold, because, you know, cryogenic fuels. Do these cryogenic engines require electric charge? Alternator input output 0. Also, the fact that it has an alternator. Why is this thing drifting? I'm getting to Minimus in this video, damn it. I don't care if I have to pull out the LVN to do it. At this point, I'd settle for the darn electric engine and crash into it. I think I tried to turn over too soon. I don't know how MechJeb did it, but then again, MechJeb's more or less playing with a joystick. Meanwhile, I'm stuck with old keyboard and mouse. Okay, so I'll try it 20K. Come on. I might actually manage to get above 70K. I don't even care if I get to 500. I just care if I get outside the atmosphere far enough to not worry about falling back into it. Okay, that's 70,000. Anything else is a bonus. There we go. I was like, wait, what? Why is the engine not lighting? Let's go to 150. Add maneuver. Okay. I didn't set the action groups. Lovely. Let's get one solar panel out. Extend solar panel. Extend solar panel. Okay, all set. And just to be sure, Okay, G does toggle the landing gear. The gear don't extend far enough. God damn it! Well, at least I have them. But if the engine breaks, it might still be standing upright. Yeah, see, this thing's got way more thrust to weight. So... Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. At least the engine activated on my command this time. I don't like how it's turning red, though. Okay. Where's Minimus? Set as target. Okay, so I am good at flying rockets. I'm just not terribly good at orbital maneuvers, so... Maneuver planner. Oh, You see, I don't even know what half of this shit really means. Match planes with the target? See, the nice thing about MechJeb is this is very good if you're if you're just like casual player. Because you can hit the create and execute. I'm not actually touching the keyboard. It's just going to do all this for me. It'll time warp automatically. It'll start the burn for me. You know, it's really nice. And I can just sit here and, like, mess with the camera. You know, time warp around the planet. Oh, God, the dark side of the Earth does terrible things to my electric charge. But, you know, it does this all automatically, and it's actually, like, see, this is the part I love. It's very precise. I'm gonna just hit T to stabilize. Okay. Now that I'm on the same plane as the target, let's see if I can do this part myself. Get myself a Minimus encounter! Oh, it's like a free return trajectory. If only I needed one of those. I just want to make sure I'm not about to smash into Minimus. That looks all kinds of janked up. So sure, why not? I can always fix it later. Alright, execute next node. That's the other thing I love, is that you can create your own maneuver nodes, and MechJeb will still execute them. At least, as long as I still have power. Is the sun still in view? Can I see the sun? I can't find the sun. There's the sun! How does one lose an entire star? You see, the thing is, there actually is an option under here. By impulsive hum and transfer to target. I figured out through just playing around that, yeah, that is how you, this is how you actually use MechJeb for planetary transfers, or, well, transferring between a planet and its various moons, or transferring to something from solar orbit. If you want to go from, like, Kerbin to Duna, or Duna to Jool or something, then that's what you use the advanced transfer to another planet at the top here, which, yeah. it actually doesn't look half bad. Okay, so I'm gonna just warp here. Yeah, I love this game. I'm not terribly good at it, but I do love it dearly. I'm thinking I'm just gonna freehand it. Because I can't see. Okay, just get me into the sphere of influence. There we go. Time warp 50 times. No, please stop that. Add maneuver. Retrograde. Oh, Jesus, that is way too much retrograde. Get me captured with a periaps of... That's way too damn high. The Minimus Mountains aren't that high. Okay, actually, maneuver... Oh, that shows me everything! That's nice. I love that. Let's do... Can I just click to enter? No, I can't. Why could I? Yeah! Good enough for government work. Yeah, I'm just drifting. Power positive, execute next node. The craft will line itself up. See, this is why I love it. I probably won't be using MechJet nearly as much, because in science mode, you do have to unlock its various functions. Like, this is just to see how, like, OBS recording handles me going between the planets. If I'm going this way, then yep, there's Minimus. You know, like a lot of people who don't really know much about it just think of space and they just imagine the engine just burning directly at the target constantly. I don't think I've actually pointed my craft at Minimus and fired the engines yet. And that's not going to change. Circularize, at next periaps, create and execute. You can see now that we're around Minimus, you can see just how little fuel it actually requires. Like, dropping my orbital speed by a lot was probably the most expensive thing I'm going to do in orbit around this planet. Like, so the thing I like about Kerbal Space Program is it's actually, like, realistic. Like, stuff like this engine here that I'm using could exist. Why am I not... abort... Oh, there we go. I was like, why am I not time warping? Am I going to be on the dark side of Minimus? I was going to say, that might be a problem. There we go. And yeah, it does sometimes happen where for some reason you fall off target. I don't know what causes that. And that's circularized. Okay, again, turn on the SAS to stabilize. Done with that function. Landing guidance. Pick target on map. I want to land on the day side of Minimus because then I'll be able to take off again. Lesser flats. That's gonna be okay. That's gonna be that's gonna actually use a bit of fuel. But probably my favorite thing about landing landing guidance here is like, yeah, you can enter your exact coordinates. You can pick it on a map. There's a list of biomes for the thing, and then you got like your land at target, or in case you're coming in hot, just land somewhere. Like, I don't care where I land as long as I do. Stage limit 2, because that's what I'm at. I don't have RCS. Land at target. There's no nav ball, like, for this. I don't think there is. Now, I am going to have to do one hell of an adjustment to actually get, like, on target with this. And again, orbit does not re-enter. Well, of course it doesn't. You can see how fast that changed. And part of this is because I admittedly have a maximum thrust-to-weight ratio of 238. Jesus fuck. Yeah, I know it looks like it's having a seizure. That's just because it's making very precise adjustments with an engine that doesn't really work. Although, oh great, here we go. Landing guidance has never really worked for me, so I'm just going to do this the old-fashioned way. Point retrograde, hope I don't smash into the ground. How do you quick save again? Was it F5? F5, yeah, and F9 to load. This may take a couple of attempts. I don't do this often. Your vessel doesn't rotate while you're doing the on-rails time accelerate. Okay, so deploy my incredibly pointless landing gear. And use physical time warp. Now, I've got a thrust-to-weight ratio of over 100 right now, so I could very easily bleed some speed if I needed to. Which one of these is radial out? That's radial in, radial out, in case I need to, like, lift the craft up. I just realized how horrendously top-heavy this thing is. Yeah, the landing guidance only really works on planets, and then again, only because parachute, and that's not even an option for all of them. Okay. I'm actually gonna limit the thrust to around a quarter. Because, yeah, now I actually have some control over my descent. And yeah, even at like a quarter thrust, I still have a thrust-to-weight ratio of like 20. So yeah, what you ideally want to do is kill off all your horizontal velocity. And at that point, all that's left is straight up and down vertical, which is the easiest way to land these things. Again, I'm starting to wish I really assigned these action groups, because I'd fold in these solar panels if I could. You know, just in case I end up, like, on my side. Pulse again at 30 meters per second. At this point, I'm going to switch to radial out. Actually, nope, can't use time accelerate at low altitude. Go figure. Don't rely on visuals. First of all, if you're touching down on the dark side of anything, you're going to be in for a very bad time. And for example, it looks like I'm about to touch down right now. And landing by hand. This is why I prefer the landing guidance. It has more patience than I do. Pulse again at 300. As long as my thrust to weight ratio is above 1, I will lose speed. Is this thing going to stand back up? So the gear are literally pointless. Gimbal locked. This thing stable? I can't tell if that nav ball's moving or not. Oh god, it's not stable. Okay, so... Crew report! Get science! Yay! If I designed this thing better, I could get a surface sample even. Turn off the SAS. Set the gimbal to free. Red alert! Red alert! Good news is on Minimus, it is extremely easy to get to orbit. All I need to do is rotate. Go. This way. Make sure I'm not about to hit any mountains. Because they do exist here on Minimus. What's my thrust limiter set to? 100%? Alright, all good. Jesus. Yeah, I'll worry about it when I'm in space. Maneuver planner, circularize. Next apoapse is inside the ground. Next periapse is inside the ground. Create and execute. Bye, Minimus! Now, the thing is, I probably could land this thing at the Kerbal Space Center even if I wanted to, even setting aside the landing assist. It's just that powerful. But I'm not about to try and enter the atmosphere with this thing. Okay, so I've got 2 kilometers per second. Actually, set the MUN as the target. Because I still don't know how to actually do this myself. Maneuver planner. Launch planes with target. In the same sphere of influence, goddammit. Fine, I guess I'm not doing it myself. Return from a moon. Final periaps of 50 kilometers. Create and execute. Hint, unsays target. So return from moon is basically what it sounds like. It allows you to automate the process of returning from the moon. Well, a moon. I actually want to know how, like, what kind of coding magic someone did to get MechJeb to work like this. It appears I was at least on the right side of Minimus. I went in the right direction. Alright, now let's point this thing retrograde and warp here. And something that does bug me is the auto warp will never use the fastest setting unless you're like in interplanetary space. Also, because I use return from a moon, I have literally no idea where I'm going to land. Huh? You kidding me? Oh, God. Execute next node. Even if it overshoots, it'll be fine. I guess I got 2 kilometers of Delta V left. Oh yeah, Delta V. It means change in velocity. And it's more or less exactly what it sounds like. It's your craft's ability to change its velocity. It's a measurement of fuel that works pretty well in space. Because in space, like, if you went by, like, gas mileage, you'd be seeing numbers that are, like, astronomical. Like, fucking literally. Okay, I'm going to do a bit of a nice little trick here. Set to prograde. Now pop on the time accelerate, retrograde. My game just froze. Oh god, spinny wheel of death. Oh shit. Oh, there we go. Now, fun fact, hydrogen's explosive, so I'm just gonna drop this. That's not encouraging. Wait, am I going back? Great, here we go. Okay, well, on the upside, I'm now facing the right way. Oh god, I just realized I might accidentally end up on a, I might accidentally end up meeting the moon. Great, here we go again. You know, in hindsight, I probably should have held on to those boosters. I could have burned to lower my orbit. My orbit's not lowering, is it? It would be beyond unfortunate if I accidentally had an impact with the frickin' moon. Why does it freeze every time I transition to atmosphere? This time it can't be because of time accelerate. Also, my periop should be... Yeah, there we go. There we go. Now I'm actually braking. This is slowing me down. You can even see it's bringing my orbit in. There we go. I was time accelerating too fast. Oh, by the way, this here, an apoapse measured in megameters means 1 megameter, I believe, is like 1,000 kilometers. Why is it going back up? Jesus Christ, why is it going back up? Okay, so turn off that. Warp here. Warp here. Also, I don't need this here anymore. Where's the Earth? And in 1 moment, we will enter the atmosphere and begin braking again. Oh yeah, it does not like transitioning to atmospheres while I'm recording. Which is funny, because I could leave the atmosphere just fine. I suppose it's the calculations. You see, the more I slow down, the lower my periapse gets as well, which is the lowest point. Like, you can even see it down here getting lower. And the lower it gets, the deeper I go into the atmosphere, and the deeper I go into the atmosphere, the more I slow down. But you see here, I've got limited ablator, and when that runs out, I'm just going to have to hope the pod can withstand it. Let's time accelerate this a little bit. Sooner or later, what will happen is my apoapse will also dip inside the atmosphere, in which case I'll just streak across the sky like a shooting star. I gotta get above 70,000 meters. You see, I just switched back to vacuum just fine. Warp here. I just hope I have enough electric charge to keep everything lined up. Oh god, what happened to the camera? And it does it again. I just hope it doesn't crash. So the two types of time warp, you see me using them, I'm pressing, when I'm in space, I can press Alt and use period or comma to adjust the, it's called physical time warp. It only goes up to 4 times unless you use better time warp, in which case it can go up to 20. If your computer likes better time warp. And then there's the regular time warp, which I believe goes up to like 10,000 times, which is known as on rails because physics is not calculated during the on rails time warp. "65, 66, 67, 8, 9, 10, and that blue light means I'm in vacuum. I'm not going to move the camera this time. Good thing that time warp slowed down. I think I overestimated. Time warp complete. You don't say. Come on, I just need my apoapse to drop below 70 kilometers. In which case, I will literally blaze through the sky on a trail of frickin' stardust. Okay, drop below 1 megameter. Down over half by friggin' ablator. I better come down during these next 2 passes, otherwise, Gemini might cook. You can see here, I am staying in the atmosphere for longer. And, you know, now that I mention it, it's not like I really need the heat shield for the actual landing. I just need the heat shield to get me to the point where I can. And Jesus Christ, I'm hanging out in the upper atmosphere. I'm going to turn the camera this way. Oh boy. A good thing I pressed slash when I did. You see, that's how fast these plants can come up on you. And it freezes again, like clockwork. The upper atmosphere doesn't really contribute much. That's why I try to put my orbit inside 50 kilometers. Because then, like, if you go... The thing is, if you go too deep, you'll fry. Like, you'll burn through your ablator and then just fry. But if you take multiple flybys to aerobrake, is the technical term, then you'll probably be fine. Oh, Jesus. There we go. Periapse below 250. Come on, I just need to get it below 70. And now that I'm not going nearly as fast, I'm not burning a blader nearly as fast. Whoop-de-doo. Means I'm less likely to accidentally commit Sudoku. Here we go. My orbital period's dropping really fast. Oh, it's actually possible that if I stay in the upper atmosphere here long enough, I might actually get my apoapse below 70 kilometers. Unfortunately, I can't really use on-rails time accelerate right now because there's not enough time. And as long as I'm inside the upper atmosphere, as long as I'm below 70, I can't use it at all. Not quite, but it looks like my next pass is absolutely going to capture. Sorry, aerobrake. That's funny. I can almost deploy a parachute where there's barely any air to parachute. Okay, 10 times. 50 times. hold Alt to use the physical time accelerate. And shut it off right here so the game doesn't crash when I cross the border. And yeah, this right here is what I'm actually worried about the most, is it's common knowledge that YouTube darkens videos. Of course, I have the more immediate concern of, is Jebediah going to be okay? And at this point in time, the answer is looking like a solid maybe. Depends. Maybe I'll remember to deploy the parachute. You can see down here, Apoapс is 84 and dropping. And like I've said before, oh, there we go. I'm pretty sure that means I'm guaranteed to capture, which is odd because it's still above 70, but it's not going to be for long. And come on, just a wee little bit farther. And it's dropped below 70. I am landing on this pass. Now, whether I'm landing at a slow speed or at high speed is yet to be seen. But ideally, yeah, Periops is a negative number. Yeah, this, like I said, this looks slick if you turn the quality of the aerodynamic effects up, but it does terrible things to the frame rate. Christ, frame rate's slowing down even on this setting. I could try, since I'm up here, I might as well fuck with it, since this is the entire point of this video, is, minimal. I said minimal, not off. Oh, well, shitty aerodynamic effects is better than none. Okay, I'll try low. For like the 12 nanoseconds I had to appreciate it, it wasn't horrible. Oh, I still got some ablator left. Actually, the ablator weighs the craft down. This is another reason, like I said when I was on Minimus, you don't want to rely on visuals. Because I legitimately can't see. I'm relying on the altitude gauge. I'm landing in water. Big surprise. Kerbin's base... Oh, dear God. Kerbin is based on the Earth, and, like, I think it's like 2/3 of the Earth's surface is water. Turn off the SAS. Coming down any second now. You know, if I had a better computer, I could speed this up in post-production. Unfortunately, I don't get that luxury. Oh, Jesus. That sound gave me a heart attack. Recover vessel. Anyway, that's going to be all for me. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, yada yada. Don't even know if you'll be seeing this. This is intended to be a test video. Oh boy. Recovering after a mission appears to do horrible things to my processor. Alright. Have a fantastic day.